Did you have any kind of indication that kind of performance is coming?
From Charlotte or from us?
From you guys.
Oh, I don't know. I thought we played okay. They played great. We had a really poor shooting night. And then it hit a point where I just felt like it wasn't worth playing the guys in minutes. They still got, Peyton was at 28. Jamal 25, Tim, it just was enough at 13. So, yeah, once they took that lead and they shot it like they did the same thing in LA. They won by 55 4 games ago. So it's a talented team. I thought they were more impressive defensively tonight than offensively. Early, they really shot the ball well, but they really, we just couldn't find an advantage anywhere. Couldn't create anything, 2-on-1s, 3-on-2s. So you give them a lot of credit. They were really good tonight. So it's a talented roster when they're fully healthy. They made a lot of plays tonight, and we did not.
So it's a real challenge for Duran on the boards right now. What do you see in there, and what do you want to see from him to make improvements?
Yeah, I don't think it's Duran. I don't think it's anyone in particular. It's just what we talked about. We have to have a second person get in there and help. Right now we're undermanned physically a little bit on the boards, and I just think it's one of those things where you have to sit down and guard your own guy, because if you don't, and I made this point, and our big has to rotate to help, now you have another really small person trying to crack back on Colbrenner or Diabate, whoever those people are. And once you do that, there's a guard that's crashing behind that. And it's really hard to take all those people out at the same time. So the last 2 nights has been just hell on the defensive board. So just as a team, just got to keep talking about it. We'll watch it. And obviously, like last night, at the end of the game, we talked about this. The numbers were terrible, but Aaron was incredible at the end of the game. But Aaron's not going to play every game, and so there's no excuses there. As a team, we have to do a better job at the point of guarding the ball, which will help us actually get a body on somebody and be able to compete, on the defensive rebound. So it's just got to get better. It's a glaring weakness right now. I love the effort in the second half. I know we couldn't make a shot, but I thought the guys played super hard.
Does it affect your decision whether to play man or zone, the rebounding? The man, it's easier to block out. Zone
is it?
Well, they say.
No, I know you're right. You're right. I think so far it hasn't really mattered. But to my earlier point, if you play man, then you have to guard your man. And if they get behind you, you get beat going to the rim, or they roll behind us and catch it, it's not man anymore. It's just a scrambling zone. So when you get in those situations, it just makes it much harder to physically compete on the glass. Like I know I'm going to watch this film like I did yesterday's game, and there'll be times we played great defense and flew around and contested a shot, and they come up with a rebound and another rebound, and all of a sudden you feel like they have the ball the whole game. So it's got to be better, and we will be better.
Start of the second quarter, was that just about being able to answer their subs when they go?
No, that's something that they got to think about in the league. That should be a delay of game on both of us. I'm trying to match somebody up with somebody else. They literally were hockey subbing back and forth, so I did. And then they decided to put the ball in bounds when I was still hockey subbing. So they just got to figure that out. Like, that's something they talked about last year, and a lot of people are using it for challenges reasons, where you were acting like you're subbing to get more time for your coaches to look at the replay. That's not what this was. And Charles and I, we're not trying to screw with the game. It was just I was trying to get a matchup. He was trying to get a matchup. So at some point, they have to tell us both, you're getting a delay, or they got to tell us to put 5 people on the court. So I was ultra confused, and I had to burn a timeout to get my point across, which is not good in a game where you're trailing. So it was unfortunate. It happens. It's just a random thing that happened in a game.
What feedback did they give you? Because I was watching that interaction too. What did they give you about what their responsibility is in that moment to make sure everybody knows what's happening?
The inbounding official felt like everybody was good, and at that point, we had both put people on the floor 3 different times, and so I was last to put mine on the floor, and I just didn't get them on the ice in time. So it just was, it just was a really confusing. And again, the officials aren't trying to do anything wrong, and neither were me or Charles. We're just trying to get somebody on the court. So I don't know. They'll have to talk about it. I guess they could have called a delay on both teams.
Jamal talked last night about how it's not a choice to bring a super high level of effort just with the current injury situation that you guys are facing. Are you worried about sort of burning the candle at both ends with the group as it currently stands right now, with how hard you guys have had to play?
Yeah, I think you worry about that even when you're fully healthy. If you have a team that's fully healthy through the whole year, usually this time of the year, you start to see some crazy scores or people upset each other, just because of the energy, the loss of energy. Some of these games that Sacramento's won recently, if you watch them, Sacramento's playing so hard. They just got guys back, and a lot of good teams have gone in there and been shell-shocked. Them get the way they're playing and getting up and down the floor. And yes, the league is like that. And to your point, this particular group has played basically about 10 games together, and they've had to play at a level that's just, it's hard to maintain on back-to-back. So they're on a back-to-back too. So no excuses here. But I did see it tonight. There was a lack of, can we just get ourselves going? And the guys were trying in the timeouts, and I didn't think it was for a lack of trying or attitude. It was an NBA night. And, like I said, they're a talented team. What they've done to a few teams lately and what they did to us tonight is indicative of who they could be.
It's been a tough go of it for Julian of late, but how meaningful is kind of what you saw in the fourth quarter?
It was great. I thought he finally got to his game, if that makes sense. He got into the paint. He looked more comfortable shooting the floater, which we all know he's so good at. And he's been, he's had a hard time with it lately. I think a lot of it's rhythm, playing minutes some nights, not playing the next night. But all these guys have gone through that, the last 3 weeks. So, yeah, it was a bright spot to see him make shots, get into the paint, make plays, because we know that Jules can do that. That's his special gift. So that was definitely a positive and a really, really tough night.
Last one. Coach, you want to talk about the struggles behind the arc tonight? We took a lot of shots, got open looks, but they weren't falling tonight.
For us?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're the number one three-point shooting team in the NBA. So we're going to keep shooting them. Is that what you're asking me about?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
For 38 according to the stats.
yeah, I know. Have you seen what we shot this year?
Yes.
What is it? Yeah, it's 40.5% for the season. We're number one in the NBA. I believe we're number 2 in our last 10. I believe since the injuries, we were number 1 in the last 15. So yeah, if those guys are open, they will shoot the ball. We've done that all season long. I have nothing but trust in them. But to your point, it was a tough night, really tough night. But yeah, full trust in that locker room.
Thank you, Coach.
Yep, thanks.
We're going to do just Jamal and his.
Thanks.
I feel like we're just talking in here about, you said yesterday, we don't have a choice about bringing energy and just in this situation with the injury stuff that you guys have had. Just how difficult was it to find the energy tonight on back-to-back?
I'm not gonna lie, the energy was there. I felt like we brought it. Just they're just bigger than us at the moment. I know it wasn't a great first quarter, 33-18. But then after that, we played pretty good defense. It's just they would just get more opportunities to try again, and the more opportunities you have, obviously, the tougher it's going to be. So I think just the rebounding really hurt us because we could never get back into it. You know what I'm saying? And we were one and done. So it's like both ends. They shoot the ball, get an opportunity. We shoot the ball, we're one and done. So we never really gave ourselves a chance to fight back or get back in it. So, but the energy was there. Guys were doing their job. But everybody on their team really got going. I felt like everybody on their team got involved, was making shots and had an impact on the game. So it was a tough one today.
The longer you guys go without kind of traditional center, and it gets up to 8 games, 10 games, 12, does it get harder to sort of stay constantly committed to kind of having everyone getting rebound and sort of needing to rely on everyone?
I mean, it's tough, AG, missing AG obviously hurt tonight. Yoke, just dominates that team, especially on the boards. Obviously, Big Val would have done the same. So it's just, we know what we're capable of, but it's tough to gang rebound every single night, especially with different dynamic guards playing the way they do. So it's just a rough one.
Curious, just your thoughts on Compton Nipples' rookie season he's been.
I love his game. I love his game. I don't know him personally, but his pace, his poise, he reminds me of the way Cooper plays, Cooper Flag. Different games, but just real NBA ready. Quick decisions, decisive. He has a paint game off the dribble. He's going to be really good. I'm really excited to see how he develops over the next few years.
This is probably the best Hornets team in a couple of years. What's kind of your impressions of them?
I think they have a lot of upside. They got a lot of different weapons at different positions. So they can affect the game in different ways. It doesn't just have to be LaMelo. It can be Bridges and LaMelo. It could be Brandon Miller on ISOs, who's gotten better, honestly. They got a pretty good team. I like Sexton. Pat Connaughton's been a vet in this league. He always going to bring the same type of energy. So they have a solid squad. I don't think their record really shows or tells the whole tale of how good they are.
It's been a tough go for Julian for a lot of the season. Just what have you seen from him, kind of like handling the day-to-day?
He's been good. He's consistent in his work. And today, was just a good get up the whole game for him. Just hasn't played in a while, hasn't played too much, didn't really know where his minutes coming from. So to get in the game today, play 20, basically be our leading scorer. It's good for him. So hopefully he can bring that into the next games when he's in the rotations.
Lakers coming to town in a couple days. How do you guys flush this and just reset them?
Oh, it's flushed. I mean, there's not much we could do about it. It just felt like we were undersized, undermanned the whole game. We felt it today. So take the rest and refocus for a really good LA team.
All right, thank you, Jamal.
Thank you, say that, Ted.
Yeah, everyone else will be available in the locker room tonight.
Okay.